Remember the first Beetlejuice's vibes? Well, does this Beetlejuice sequel share the same vibes as that one? I'm in Salad and I saw Beetlejuice. It is directed by Tim Burton, written by Alfred Go, and also Miles Millar. And if you haven't seen this movie, I will spoil it for you. This movie starts and we're following Lydia, but she's, I think, in her 40s now, and she also has a kid. She is a supernatural host. She's a psychic on TV. She's very famous, and her daughter doesn't believe in what she does. She doesn't believe that she can see ghosts. What's interesting is that the daughter is all out emo, and she's doing the typical teenager thing. And also what's interesting is that she rides her bike and then crashes into a tree which happens to have a guy in it, and then the nice little tree house, and they hang out and they become besties, all that fun jazz. Interesting such stuff, and you know, it's nice and harmless. What's interesting, they go back to the house from the first Beetlejuice movie. Lydia goes there, and also like she has reconnected with her mom. What's interesting is that touching on the relationship between Lydia and the mom is kind of interesting in this movie. It's kind of like a one or two liner. Oh yeah, we patched things up, but now we're closer together. And they say this to each other like in an expositional way, not in like a casual conversational way. So I'm like, what is going on here? Okay, this was a little forced, but I got the idea that they've smoothed out the rough patches, so that's cool. I don't really like the mom's personality though. She's the same. And also she's a famous artist. Also, it's interesting is that Lydia has a strained relationship with her daughter because the father / husband, he died in the Amazons, just, you know, doing a fishing accident thing. And what really compels the story is that this guy in the treehouse is talking about, oh yeah, they just have this book everywhere, and it's the book for the recently deceased. And I was thinking maybe that's correct. It could be sold on eBay, because that other guy, remember from the last movie, he could see the book and they could interact with this book. So it's like maybe it could be interacted with, it could be sold. So I was thinking that's plausible, right? But there are more and more things that ring a bell, that ring major red flags. Like, for example, we got the daughter. She's going through the underworld and going through the bureaucratic process of it, and they even like have it so she signs her life to the guy that she met in the treehouse, and she doesn't know that she's being duped until it's too late, and then she's getting pushed through the system. What's interesting is that in order to try to save her daughter, she calls out for Beetlejuice, and they have to get married. And then they get married, and then they get sent through the system. What's also fascinating about this world is that it shows that Beetlejuice has a ton of power, like so much power over the underworld, or I guess the undead world, I guess what it's called technically. And he's just there commanding like a bunch of office workers who, when he blasts through the hole, it'll blast through with a hole, big hole, and he like draws a little chalk bomb, right? They go through and they start terrorizing people, and they can be seen. So I guess the rules are a little bit unclear. I feel like this movie focuses very heavily on the Lydia daughter plot, and I honestly wish it focused more on the Beetlejuice, the underworld rules more, because there are some questions that I have, like why is it that these shrunk head guys can interact and be seen by regular people, have they been dead for longer? What's the amount of time you can be dead for and then be seen by people in the overworld? Like, what are the rules around that? I have a lot more questions, but I'm more interested in talking about how kind of gross Beetlejuice is. I mean, yeah, everyone knows he's gross, but like, Beetlejuice in this one, I think he turns it up a notch in the grossness factor, and whenever he's gross on screen, I just felt, nauseated, disgusted is probably the right term for that. I found the on-screen appearance of Beetlejuice to be fun, but it definitely lacks the energy the original movie had. I feel like it's a good sequel. It has the world that it's built in, and it follows up on the tropes established, but it adds on new stuff. And it's also discovered that this chick, the daughter of Lydia, she can also see dead people. And I think they both figure out at the same time that they could see dead people, and it's pretty cool seeing them bond over that. And then also I should mention the Lydia's mom. She's big artist, and she's like, I have these snakes, they're defanged and their venom is taken out of their fangs, and I'm doing this artistic thing, and then they bite her. Clearly human incompetence. All the money in the world cannot save you from the incompetency of a human, which is why it's so important to pay top dollar for something. But even though you pay top dollar, it doesn't necessarily protect you from human incompetence and human error, like she found out the hard way. And I do like seeing her adjust to the afterlife. She's like, I'm not supposed to be here today. And then the bureaucrats are just like, get out of here. Next, you're just one more person we gotta deal with. Next. I also do like seeing that Lydia's husband is there as an office worker, which is why they would never be able to see him. I like it. It's pretty cool. They get a resolution on that, and then the mom is in the undead world now, and she's chilling. And yeah, the movie pretty much ends on that. It definitely promises another sequel, I think. It has to. If you don't have a third movie to the series, then I think it's a very wasted opportunity. You gotta have a movie called Beetlejuice Beetlejuice Beetlejuice. Come on, man. I don't think I said Beetlejuice twice at the beginning. Oh wow. This is fun. I do think that if this is your first introduction to the Beetlejuice world, it's not a good one, and you need to watch the previous movie in order to get more of the fundamentals of what's going on. But overall, it's a good sequel, and I'm excited for the next Beetlejuice. Michael Keaton still got it. Good job, Michael Keaton. You did it. I gotta give this movie, it's a solid 7 out of 10. If you like this review, watch another one on the platform you really like. That $20 Dinos at patreon.com/ASEPresents for one movie review per 1 month. It is linked to support the daily grindiness of all them daily movies, so go here. And until next time in Salad Saw, I'll see you later my sour croutons and bacon bits. I'm going to go find Beetlejuice now. Beetlejuice? 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 Oh, hey, it's Beetlejuice. I found him.